Okay, so today I'm going to be making an easy to understand money guide explaining how you can go from broke to rich in GTA Online. Because most of my previous money guides are explaining how to make lots of money using the businesses, for example, MC businesses, import-export businesses, and stuff like that. But what if you don't have any businesses? Where do you start off from? Well, even without businesses, you've still got quite a few options to make some money. You could do contact missions, stunt races, adversary modes, VIP work, and maybe even casino heists. But I probably wouldn't recommend doing casino heists, especially if you're a low level, because you're going to struggle and you'll probably just get kicked whenever you join. So maybe don't do casino heists for now. I'll come to that later. But anyway, I'm just going to explain the main reason as to why some people always go broke while playing this game, and that is using bad methods to make money. For example, relying on contact missions as your main source of income. Now, contact missions aren't bad. They're a good source of income if you're a low-level player and you don't have any other option. But once you save up money from doing contact missions, you should spend that on a business as opposed to a car, because if you spend it on a car, you're just going to go broke again, and then you're just going to be back to doing contact missions to earn money. So don't be tempted to buy a really expensive car. Once you've got enough money from doing contact missions, buy a business, and I'm going to explain what businesses to buy later. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm going to assume that you're completely broke and you literally have $0. So where do you start from? Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to grind to $50,000. Okay, so to do this, you're going to want to do contact missions, because at this point, this is going to be your only way to make money, for now at least. So what you do is you go to the start menu, online, you go to jobs, quick job, and then there's loads of missions you can do, but click the one that says play mission, and then you'll be put in a random mission, and then all you need to do is go ahead and complete that and you'll get some money for it. Simple as that. Okay, so we just ended up in a random mission. I think this one's a simian mission. All you have to do is go and get a car. Now, when you click play job, it will just put you in a random mission. Sometimes it will be a good mission, sometimes it won't, but you just want to do what you can at this point, because grinding to 50k really isn't that much, so it won't take you that long. It'll take you maybe sort of 3 or 4 missions. And these missions are quite easy, so all we do is just go to the airport, steal a vehicle, shoot the guards, deliver it to Simeon's lockup, and that's it, mission complete. It takes about maybe 10 minutes. Some are better than others, some pay more, some don't pay that well. But anyway, there we go, we completed the mission, we got about 18k for that, and after you complete it, just go ahead and do another one, and just keep doing these until we get to about 50k, and then we're going to move on to doing something else. But anyway, now that you've got 50k, we can now move on to doing VIP work. Now, you might be thinking, why do I need 50k to do that? Because basically, in order to register as a VIP, you have to have 50k in your account. So basically, what you do is you go to the interaction menu, you go to SecuroServe, and hit register as a VIP. On my screen, it says CEO because I have an office, but on your screen, it will say register as a VIP. But anyway, now go to SecuroServe again, and go to VIP work, and there's a load of jobs you can do. These include Sightseer, Executive Search, Executive Deathmatch, Asset Recovery, Hostile Takeover, haulage, air freight, headhunter, and that's it. There will be other jobs on the list, but unfortunately these will be locked for you because you have to have certain vehicles to do these missions. But the ones that are available are still much better than doing contact missions. They pay better and they take less time. So we're going to go through these now. Okay, so the one that we're going to start off with is called Headhunter, and basically what this involves is you have to go around the map and assassinate 4 targets. Now, this can be quite tricky if you don't have a weaponised vehicle, because the targets are going to be in armoured vehicles, and they have really accurate bullets. So if you're trying to do this on the ground with just a car, they're just going to keep shooting you and killing you. So make sure you use a weaponised vehicle. Now, I know you're going to say, well, I don't have a weaponised vehicle. What am I going to use? Just go to the airport and maybe just find a buzzard or something like that, and then just fire rockets at them until you blow them up. It's pretty simple. Once you've assassinated 4 targets, you should get around 20k. And there we go. Now, bear in mind, there is a cooldown time between VIP work, so you'll have to wait 5 minutes before you can start up another job. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is called Haulage, and this one is so easy. All you do is just connect to a trailer with a truck and just deliver it from A to B. It's as simple as that. You don't have to own a truck. The game will provide you with a truck, but I'm just using my own truck anyway. So you just connect to the trailer and off you go. Now, simply just deliver it to a drop-off, and that's it. Easy as anything. So you get about 21, 22k for that, roughly. And just be careful, because other players can sort of attack your truck and maybe deliver it themselves. So just watch out for other players trying to take it, but you should be okay. And now we're going to move on to the next one. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is called Sightseer, and again, this one's really easy. All you do is just collect 3 packages that are put in random spots around the map, and once you do that, you get about 21, maybe 22k, just like the previous job. It's easy. All you need to do is just watch out for other players, because if they kill you once, then the mission fails, but as long as there's no one else nearby, you should be fine. And there we go, we collect the last package and we get about 21k, and that's the 3 best VIP works to do, in my opinion, because they're easy, they don't take that long, and they pay quite well. There are others to do, but they just don't pay as well, or they might take a little bit longer. So if you want to make money fast, those three are the best ones to do. Now, unfortunately, you can only be a VIP for 4 hours a day. And once those 4 hours are up, you can't do VIP work anymore and you have to wait for the next day. So in the meantime, you'll have to probably do contact missions or find another way of making money until you can become a VIP again. Okay, now let's talk about how much money you should make and what you should spend that money on. Basically, your next goal is going to be $1 million. Now, this might take you some time because you're only relying on certain VIP works and contact missions. So don't expect to be able to make $1 million in just one afternoon. It will take you maybe a day or two. But once you get to $1 million, what you're going to want to do is spend it on a CEO office. So to buy a CEO office, simply go to the internet on your phone, go to Money and Services, go to Dynasty 8 Executive, and then there's 4 offices to choose from. The cheapest is the one that I've got here, which is $1 million, and the most expensive is about $4 million. And the thing is, they're all the same, so there's no reason why you'd want to spend an extra $3 million on an office that just looks a bit different. So just go ahead and buy the cheapest one. When you're buying an office, you can choose to renovate it and add sort of like a personal touch to it. You don't really have to do that, and if you tie it on cash, then I'd say just avoid that for now. Okay, so now you've bought a CEO office. This is what it looks like on the inside. And basically, by buying a CEO office, you can now register as VIP permanently. So you don't have to only do it for 4 hours a day. You can be a VIP, well, CEO now, for as long as you want. And you can just keep doing VIP work over and over again. So when you go to SecuroServe, it will say register as a CEO, like it does on my screen. So now you can do as many VIP works as you want, and you don't have to worry about a 4-hour limit. So if you wanted to, you could just do them for the entire day. Okay, so you've bought an office, and by buying an office, you can now do CEO work and VIP work for as long as you want without a 4-hour limit. But what's the next thing you should buy? What you should buy next is a vehicle cargo warehouse. So if you come over to your PC and you log on, there's 3 options. These are special cargo, vehicle cargo, and special vehicle work. So to buy a vehicle cargo warehouse, click on vehicle cargo and then go to the vehicle warehouse map. So we click on vehicle cargo map, and this is the warehouse that I own. So the one in green is what you own. If you click on all, these are the ones that you can purchase. Now the cheapest one is 1.5 million. And even though it's a lot cheaper than all the others, some of them cost sort of like 2.8 million. They're all the same. They're just different locations. So there's not really any point buying the most expensive one because it's just the same as the cheapest one. It's just a different location. So if you're tight on cash, just go for the cheapest one, and I'll explain what you do with the vehicle cargo warehouse. Okay, so basically you start up a vehicle steal mission. So you basically go and steal a vehicle from a group of enemies or maybe the cops. You secure it to your warehouse, then you pay to modify it, and then you sell it for a profit. Now there are 3 different categories of vehicles. There are standard range, mid-range and top range. So standard range is the least profitable, then followed by mid-range, and finally the most profitable is going to be top range. So when you get a standard range car, you modify it for 7.5 grand and you sell it for 37.5 grand. So your maximum profit is going to be 30 grand. And with mid-range, you modify it for 12.5 grand, you sell it for 62.5 grand, so your maximum profit is going to be 50 grand. And finally, with top range, you modify for 20 grand, you sell it for 100 grand, so your maximum profit is going to be 80 grand. Now, unfortunately, when you go to steal a vehicle, it is random what you get. You might get standard, mid-range or top range, so the game just gives it to you in a random order. But there is a way to cheat the system and sort of get the game to always give you top range. Basically, to do this, you want to keep all the standard and all the mid-range cars in your warehouse because there's only 10 different types of standard and 10 different types of mid-range. So once you get all those, just keep them in your warehouse. I've already got a video explaining in depth how to always get top range cars, and I'll link it at the top of the screen. So if you don't know how to get top range, then just go ahead and watch that. But anyway, we're now going to go on to how this works. So simply go to source vehicle and then you'll steal a vehicle. So for me, because I know how to always get top range, I know that this is going to be a top range car. So it will tell you at the bottom of the map there, it says top range FMJ. So now you simply start the mission, steal the vehicle and secure it to your warehouse. Okay, so we've got the vehicle and now we're just going to secure it to the warehouse and that's it. So now you've got the vehicle, you can just go ahead and sell it. Now, do keep in mind that when you're stealing these vehicles, and sometimes when you're selling them, you will have enemies chasing you and they'll shoot the car up. So you might not make 80 grand, you'll probably make maybe between 70 and 75 grand, depending on how much you get shot. So just try to keep away from enemies and don't make sure the car doesn't get shot up too much. Okay, so in your warehouse, there's a laptop, so just sit down and log in. And once you've logged in, click filter by range and then go to top range cars. And then you just click on a top range car you want to sell. and then you sell it. It's simple as that. So you just go ahead and click on one, and now you'll notice there's 3 different sell options. Always click specialist dealer because you'll make 80 grand. If you click on private dealer, as you can see, you only get 40 grand. So I don't even know why that's an option. You'd have to be daft to click on that. So always go for the most expensive option and you'll make the most money. And here's one thing I didn't mention. You can only sell a car every 20 minutes, but that's still good though. You can make 80 grand every 20 minutes, and that's excluding VIP work. If you throw some VIP work in those 20 minutes, you can probably make about 300 grand every hour. So basically, this is what you should do. You should source 3 top range cars and secure them to your warehouse. And then what you do is you sell one top range car for about 80k, and then you can sell the next one in 20 minutes. But in those 20 minutes, do some VIP work. So maybe do Headhunter and Sightseer. And then after you've done those 2, you'll probably have time to sell the next top range car. So go ahead and sell that for another 80k. And then do the same again. Do 2 VIP works, or maybe 3 if you can fit 3 into 20 minutes, and then sell the final top range car. And by doing that, that will take you roughly about an hour, and you'll make quite a lot. You could make over 300 grand in that hour. So that's quite a lot of money to make in an hour. But anyways, that's it for today's video. That's part 1 of how to go from broke to rich. I'll be making a part 2 soon, so stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, if you enjoyed my video, then feel free to drop a like. And if you're new to my channel and enjoy my content, consider subscribing, and I will see you next time.